Hi, in this video tutorial, you will learn about the PowerFX AddColumns function and how you use it to add in-memory columns to data tables in your Power Apps applications. Okay, so what is the Power Apps AddColumns function used for? Power Apps AddColumns is a PowerFX function that allows you to add columns to a table of data. This is the syntax. You pass the table as a parameter, the column name that you want to add, and the formula for the column name content. Let me show you. For this tutorial, I will be using a few SharePoint lists. This is the products list. It has a few products, the price, and quantity. Okay, let me remove this. I'm going to first add a container, and then I'm going to add a vertical gallery. The container will be for the title of the fields of the gallery. Let's change the layout of the gallery to title and subtitle. Now let's add the SharePoint data source, SharePoint, store. We want the products, orders, and customers. Connect. And for this gallery, I'm going to set the items property of the gallery to the products list from SharePoint. Let's change the layout to title and subtitle. In the fields, let's do product and price. Okay. Let's format this way. Okay. Let's change the width of the gallery. Move this up here. Let's go back to the tree view. Select the gallery. I'm going to change here the template size to 40. Okay, like that. Then here for the title container, let's give it a little bit more width, more height. And we're going to insert one text label, another one, and another one. Okay, like that. This will be the product. This will be the price. And now, if you take a look here on the products list, you have product, price, and quantity. Okay. What we want now is to add a new column. And this new column is going to be a tax column. And we want to add the tax column here in the gallery, not in the SharePoint list. So the third column will be tax. Okay. How do we do that? So in the items property of the gallery, currently it is mapping to the products list. Now we're going to do a little change here using the AddColumns function. So we will do AddColumns. First parameter is the table, so it's the products table. Next parameter is the column name, so we are adding a column that will be called tax. And then, what is the formula for that column? So it's going to be price times 0.15, like that. Now let's add that information. So if you click here in the gallery and go to fields, you can see that now tax is available as a new column. So I'm going to select that one, and here it is. And notice that this is adding this column just here in the gallery, not in the SharePoint list. And instead of doing this directly here in the gallery, I could also create a collection outside of the gallery and then map this gallery to the collection. So for instance, could go here to the app, on start property, here create a collection, clear, collect, open and close parentheses, and I can create a collection given the name products with tax, and the content will be add columns, open and close parentheses. I'm going to add a column to the products table, which will be called tax, and the content will be price times 0.15. Okay, good. Now we have this collection here in memory in Power Apps. If I go here to the gallery, I can remove this data source that we had before. It's going to show this error. Now I can map this to the products with tax collection. It will not yet show any data because the onStart of the app, which creates the collection, the products with tax collection, did not run yet. So to run it, you click here, run onStart. You do this during development. For the end user, this would automatically run when he runs the application. So here, run start. And now the gallery is filled with the data that comes from the products with tax collection. And you can also use AddColumns to get data from related tables. Here's an example. I'm going to go to the orders list in SharePoint. It contains title, customer ID, order quantity, and price. And here in the orders list, we have just the customer ID. We don't have the customer name. Now, what if in Power Apps, we want to create a gallery mapping to this orders list, but also adding a new column that contains the customer name next to each order? How to do that? For that, you can use AddColumns. I'm going to show you how. So back to Power Apps. I'm going to duplicate the first screen. Screen is duplicated now. And here, for the gallery, we're going to set the data source to the orders list from SharePoint. We need to update also the title here for every field. So it will be title, price, and order quantity. And we will also add the customer ID column, like that. So far, this is looking just like the SharePoint orders list. Title, customer ID, order quantity, and price. Now let's watch how you can also add the customer name that comes from the other list. So here, in this other list, the customers list, you have the ID for each customer, 1, 2, 3, and the name for each customer. The column ID is the one that is stored here in the orders list. So this first order was from customer 2, which in this case is from Jane. So how do we add the customer name here? For that, we will use the AddColumns function. So instead of mapping to the orders list, we will do, I'm going to resize here, and we will do AddColumns, orders as O. So to make a reference to orders here inside AddColumns, now we can just call it O, comma, and the column that we will add will be customer name, comma, and then to get the customer name, what we will do is to use the lookup function. Look up, open and close parentheses. And I'm going to do a lookup in the customers list for customer ID equals the customer ID of the orders list. So it will be O dot customer ID. And when it finds, I want to return the name, which is this column, name. Now let's add another column here. Now I can go here to this item dot customer name. And here it is. Can also add the column title there. And there you have it. And if you want, you can add more than one column. So we can add, let's say, a order total column. How to do that? Come here. Let's format text to make it easier to read. So after the lookup, we're going to add another comma here for the next column. There will be order total. And content will be price from the orders list times quantity also from the orders list. Just like so. Now we can add this new column in the gallery. This will be this item dot order total. Here you have it. Order total, which is order quantity times price. Hey, if you like this video, please click like. And if you want to learn more about Power Apps, please subscribe.